Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's TPM5 and in today's video I'm going to be previewing the Golden State Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns. I'm going to start with the Warriors side of things, then give you my thoughts for Phoenix in this game, and give a prediction for this match overall. So without further ado, let's get started. The Golden State Warriors were somewhat of a dark horse team entering this season, and not many people were expecting them to be this good. Oh, I don't think anyone was expecting them to be this good, as they're currently sitting with an 18-2 record through their first 20 games. They're 10-1 against teams in their conference, and they've won 7 games in a row. They're fresh off a win against the LA Clippers, brushing past them 105-90. They shot the ball very well, shooting 42.5% from 3 on 40 attempts. Obviously, that's 17 makes if you whip out your calculator. Now, Steph Curry added 33 points, 6 assists, 6 steals, and 5 rebounds, leading the way. Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole were another 2 guys that chipped in, combining for 29 points. Now, a key area for the Warriors this season has been their defense, as last year that was an area of concern or somewhere where they needed to improve, and improve they did. They're currently the best defense in the league in terms of defensive rating, sitting at a rating of 99.4, which is extremely good, and they're the only team with a rating below 100 in the NBA, so very good. Now, just a quick break. I make NBA content 2 to 3 times a week, and I heavily appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Also, drop a like and comment who you think is going to win the game. If I have any people that want to comment, tell me, give me their little preview as well. I'm more than happy to hear from you guys. Now, just some injury news for you guys as well. Damian Lee's out on a day-to-day, and Andre Iguodala will miss this game. And then Klay Thompson and James Wiseman were sent to the G League affiliate of the Golden State Warriors, so they will, they're looking to come back, just get some minutes and some basketball back into their legs to, get back into it. Adding Klay to this team is going to make them a whole lot better, and you remove a guy like Jordan Poole playing extended minutes off of the bench. That's only going to help this team, and James Wiseman can add some depth at center, which is probably something they are missing, because they're relying on Kevon Looney being the starter that plays low minutes, and then obviously some small ball Draymond Green center minutes. James Wiseman, out of Duke, I believe, he didn't have the greatest rookie year, but he'll be looking to, find his place in this rotation, and it's not exactly the best situation for a young guy that needs touches to be on a winning team. So I think we can kind of back off him a little bit. Now, so far this season, Steph Curry has been in MVP form, and he's obviously the player I'm going to be putting the spotlight on in this matchup, averaging 28.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Very important to what they do. And another guy that gets overlooked, or not another guy, obviously Curry doesn't get overlooked, but Andrew Wiggins is just below 20 points per game this season, and he's shooting the ball better than he has in years gone by. So he's another guy very crucial to what they're doing, and he may, given his versatility on defense, may be a key factor in a lot of things they do. Kind of a good glue guy. But as you guys can see, I've got the Phoenix Suns on the screen. I'm going to start with their side of the preview. So they've currently got a record of 17-3, winning 16 games in a row, obviously after their 1-3 start through the first 4 games. They've beaten Brooklyn, which was their most recent matchup. They won that game 113-107, and the Suns had a 20-point lead in the second. However, by halftime, the Nets had cut it down to a 10-point margin. However, the Suns came out stronger in the second half and got a game-high lead of 22 in the fourth. However, the Nets would rally to cut that down and end up, and then the Nets would lose, but the Nets did make it respectable. KD had 39, so they weren't able to shut him off. However, James Harden had a 12-point triple-double, so they were able to clamp him up and lessen his impact. Now, a key storyline for the Suns was people doubting them coming into this season, and they've quietened down the doubters, and they're here to stay, and they'll be making another deep playoff run, which is good for Chris Paul given his late stage in his career, and it was really just what Phoenix needed with Devin Booker. These last 2 seasons, just to have someone there to make him a bit more happy with the situation. The Phoenix Suns are currently 7th in the league in terms of offensive rating, below teams like the Warriors, the Hawks, and the Trailblazers, so not in particularly bad company there. And they're the 3rd best team in terms of defensive rating, only behind the Clippers and the Warriors. So the Phoenix Suns have been very competitive this season, and they have all these pieces in place for them to be making a deep playoff run. Part of the success they had was the roster stability. So they brought back almost all the guys from last year that were important to what they did. And the additions, Landry Shamet and JaVale McGee, averaging 17.3 points and 34.8 minutes per game off of the bench. Obviously, those figures are combined, and this team, is very good in terms of offensive efficiency, sixth in the league in terms of that metric as well. That's partly due to Chris Paul's presence, as he averages 14.5 points and 10 assists, with obviously less turnovers than what the average player would have at the point guard spot. They'll be without Abdel Nader and Frank Kaminsky in this game. Obviously, Abdel Nader plays a few minutes off the bench, and same can be said for Frank Kaminsky. Devin Booker is a player who I'll be putting the spotlight on, as he's averaging 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.7 assists. He'll be looking to set up his guys along with getting some shots up of his own. This will be a great matchup, and one of these teams' long-standing winning streaks will be broken. You can't really go past the Golden State Warriors in this matchup. They're just on a roll, and they're going to really be a serious team come playoff time. But that does bring me to the end of the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.